So we are back for the fifth consecutive year to kick off Gun Violence Awareness Month with our summer grants and here with the people who do the work. So we are so excited and so excited to be in Harlem School of the Arts. Yes. Look at this beautiful facility. I was talking with Mr. Horton last time I was in here was some time ago with one of my kids before all this, and y'all were doing great work before this. So now in this facility, you know, it's jumping off, and so we appreciate all that the groups do, particularly the hospitality today. Just as sort of a backdrop, I mean, shootings in Manhattan are down compared to 2021, right, coming out of COVID, 60%, 60%. And of course, day in, day out, we are doing enforcement work in our office. We'll continue to do that. That's important to hold those who are driving harm in our communities accountable. Equally important is the work that these great folks do out in the street every day, the prevention work, the intervention work, supporting survivors, victim families, and in particular our youth. And we know about the hot summer months. We know historically violence spikes. And I've got the opportunity over the years to meet with various programs, and whether it's, you know, doing hip hop lyrics based on safety or murals based on pro-peace, anti-violence messages. Really doesn't matter what it is the engagement, right? We like the output, but it's whatever they want to do, whatever they want to do. I got asked a question this morning on the news, do the youth eye roll a little bit? I said, yes, they're teenagers. I said, but that's where these mentors and coaches and teachers come in, finding what they want to engage on and locking them in on that and focusing on that and moving them out of harm's way. So I am thrilled. I am very, very happy, in addition to having these great community leaders, to have our borough president here, Manhattan Borough President Bragg Siegel. He needs no introduction. He's done so much to support this anti-gun work. I will just mention one thing because it's so recent. He was in the forefront, passed the first ghost gun bill back before people didn't even know fully what a ghost gun was back then, right? And even now that he's moved on to the borough president, the bill that we worked on together last year became law last week, which is going to prevent companies, 3D printing companies, from printing ghost guns. Literally stop them before they get printed. So I'm so happy to work side by side with him. Bragg Siegel.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. District Attorney. You know, you have educated Albany and City Hall on the importance of gun violence prevention, and I think the statistics speak for themselves. You mentioned the fact that year-to-date shootings down 60% since 2021. Can we give another round of applause for that amazing work? And murders down 64%. Another sterling statistic that we have to keep in mind. There are fewer murders and shootings in recorded history in the first quarter of this year. That is extraordinary, and that's due to the legislative agenda that the district attorney has put forward. That's due to his team of prosecutors that have gone after these who carry and use illegal guns, and that's because of the grassroots organizing that's being supported today due to these grants that the district attorney is announcing. And it's that element of trust, and I think everyone here acknowledges that, the element of trust that the DA is building at the grassroots level. And we know that there have been at least 500 young people over the years who have participated in this program, and that is amazing. And so summer youth violence prevention programming is already building dividends for the local community and across Manhattan. And I could not be more proud to be a cheerleader, to be a supporter, to be an advocate for that most important issue. So thank you, District Attorney. Thank you to your team. Thank you to all the grantees for your work on the ground. It's making a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Borough President. It was always hard with all the groups. It said, what order are we going to go in? Well, we're going to go alphabetical order, but we have to start with our gracious host. And I mentioned Mr. James Horton from the outset. I had an opportunity to be at the Harlem School of the Arts Gala a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling them beforehand how phenomenal it was. They showcased the youth, and so I got to see the dancing. I got to see the performance, and it was beautiful. And so we thank you for what you do every day. We thank you for hosting us. And so you go first because you're the host.
All right, I appreciate that. Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to Harlem School of the Arts, the house that Dorothy Maynor built, our founder. Quick history, real quick history. Dorothy Maynor, an American soprano, started HSA right at the corner at St. James Presbyterian Church in the basement, teaching piano one student at a time, where her husband was the pastor. And story has it, he was like, baby, you have taken over the church basement. You got to get your own place. So she raised $2 million and built this 37,000 square foot arts mecca, I call it Wakanda, to serve young people in Harlem, because she wanted them to create something beautiful in their community and have a safe place to do so. So this particular program, the Gun Violence Prevention Program, which we have dubbed the Lead the Change initiative here at HSA, is really part of creating something beautiful here, but also being able to support young people in envisioning themselves beyond this moment, right? What are the tools that we're giving kids to tap into their creativity, to also find careers in the creative economy? So this program is going to work with students 3 days a week, 6 to 8 p.m., ultimately through July and August, hopefully well into the fall, but supporting their vision of greatness, tapping into their creativity, tapping into their passions, and giving them the vehicle to explore and become. And I thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you for standing with us and doing this very important and transformative work in support of our babies. So thank you. And thank you, dear Bragg.
Thank you. We'll hear next from Avenues for Justice. And I guess I can't talk about all the galas, but I was at yours 2 years ago, and a phenomenal discussion on criminal justice. And one thing we've done in the District Attorney's Office is expand the use of our problem-solving courts, our mental health, our drug diversion, and Avenues for Justice has been a pioneer in that work, doing it long before people were talking about it and seeing the impact. So really, really grateful to partner with you. Avenues for Justice.
Thank you. My name is Gamal Willis, and I'm proud to represent Avenues for Justice. We want to thank the District Attorney's Office and everyone involved in this gun violence initiative for investing in young people and community-based solutions. At AFJ, we work every day with justice-impacted youth and young people across New York City, helping them move beyond crisis and towards opportunity. This summer, through this initiative, we will provide intensive programming of young people from the Lower East Side focused on prevention, mentorship, emotional wellness, workforce development, and life skills. Our goal is simple: create safe space, trusted relationships, and real opportunities that help young people make positive decisions for themselves and the communities in which they live. Participants will engage in structured workshops, discussion around conflict resolution and trauma, career readiness support, and activities in encouraging leadership and accountability. We know that gun violence prevention is not about intervention after harm, but rather it is about consistent support, community presence, and giving young people access to the pathways that many may not have otherwise. This initiative allows us to continue building the continuum of care and deepen the work we already are doing throughout the city. We are grateful for the partnership, and most importantly, we are grateful for the young people who continue to show resilience, growth, and leadership. Thank you.
Gamal said the word, and our borough president as well, trust. This is why the partnership is so important, because this is where the trust lies. The folks who are there every day, who our youth see day in, day out. We're giving these grants for a period of time. These groups have been doing this work for decades and will be there for decades to come. One other thing I want to showcase is the geographic diversity, right? So we started right here in Central Harlem, Harlem School of the Arts, and we went down to the Lower East Side, and now we're going to go over to East Harlem with GOSO. And I'll just say a word about the partnership in East Harlem. When I took office, particular Jefferson and Johnson houses in that adjacent neighborhood, most violence by shooting number in the city. And through collaborative efforts, we got those numbers down, and we have to be vigilant. We know we need to continue to do that. We know there have been some recent flare-ups. So I'm very excited. We've got 2 East Harlem groups. We'll hear from GOSO, and then later from Scan Harbor. And I think it really shows the commitment. Hey, if you do this one summer's one thing, you got to keep on going back and doing that. And GOSO's been doing that for years. I know I saw the orange shirt.
Good morning. My name is William Blair. I'm the Director of Career Services at GOSO. Dear Bragg,
Right behind you.
the Danny team, fellow awardees, I want to say thank you. At Getting Out, Staying Out, we know that young people we serve have the drive and the talent. What they do need is the opportunity. And the opportunity to succeed. And we're thankful to the DA's office and the Gun Violence Prevention Initiative, which will help us to ensure that youth can access jobs that will put them on track to future success. This funding provides access for young people 16 to 24 years to career strategies, resume development, career development, and internship placements throughout our network of employer partners. We post them in high-demand industries, and in many cases, our young people get permanent jobs. We go beyond that. Participants continue to receive access to GOSO Works education, to counseling, and benefit support throughout this entire process. Your continued investment in GOSO and other organizations that are deeply rooted in the communities are creating positive outcomes for our city's young people and contributing to better public safety outcomes. We are proud to share that at GOSO, 93% of all participants do not return to incarceration. And if you compare that nationally, you see how great that is. And Stand Against Violence East Harlem, which is our SAVE branch, the anti-violence work has coincided with the reduction in violent crimes and homicides in our community and citywide. We're thankful for the opportunity to assist our young people to access workforce opportunities, and for this summer to be engaged in activities that keep them off the street, provide them with access to a better future. Thank you. I want to introduce one of our participants, Ms. Karma Gables, and she's just going to say a few words.
Thank you to Mr. Blair and Mr. Bragg and everyone here who's here to support all of us and all the other young participants in GOSO's program. A friend told me about GOSO, and I went there for employment. And during that, I received a job for doing my internship at Jobs Plus with East House Settlement. I plan to go back this summer permanently as a career specialist. I was also very happy to have the opportunity to represent GOSO at their yearly annual gala this year. I was there and I did a poem. At GOSO, I've learned to keep a job, how to act while at the job, and how to be there for others. Same way they have been there to support me. And thank you all for supporting us.
It's always so great to hear from those directly impacted by the work. One thing I always enjoy is going around throughout the summer and seeing the work in progress, and so I look forward to that. We're now going to go over to the Upper West Side, which historically has very low shooting numbers, but we want to focus on our NYCHA properties in particular, where we have seen activity, particularly at the Amsterdam houses. So Goddard Riverside has a project focused there. So Goddard Riverside, I don't know where Goddard, oh, there you are. Okay.
Hello. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. I'm Justina Chirac. I represent Goddard Riverside, and I'd just like to share that this is an amazing opportunity for us. As you all know, young people vote with their feet, and this program helps them make choices. Something that I like to tell our young people anytime we have an event and we're celebrating their success is never to use someone else's ruler to measure your own success. Young people are walking into our center and making choices every day. They're faced with many, and they choose to participate in our program, which will offer them not just an opportunity to explore who they are creatively, but also receive career readiness support, receive case management, and they also have access to our options program, which provides college readiness, college access, and scholarship programming. So we're really excited to be back this summer to host this program, and we can't wait to see where it takes us. Thank you.
Now, do y'all give us permission to use that? Can we use that? Say it again. Say, always use your own ruler to measure your own success. All right. We'll give attribution. We'll give attribution. We'll give attribution. And so now we'll come back to Central Harlem. And I just want to say a word about this as someone who's grown up right here, where the 32nd precinct, the 28th precinct, Central Harlem. Just staggering when you look historically at the numbers. And the numbers are down from the story we heard, at 60% decline. 60% decline here still is not where other places are. And so we need to continue to push. And so we have the next three, just happens to fall the way alphabetically, are based in Central Harlem to really address that ongoing need. And again, this is back to, I'm 52 years old, so I can remember the 80s and remember the shooting numbers and remember that effect directly on my life. And someone who has seen a lot in her time, Jackie Rowe Adams from Harlem Mothers and Fathers Save, and all the great work. Please.
Good morning.
Morning.
So when the DA just said he's 52, he's just a baby. So let me say, I am proud and honored to stand here today because I lost 2 kids to gun violence. We started our organization in 2006 when nobody was really talking about all this gun violence. And we started with Harlem Mothers Save. We started Harlem Mothers Save. And then as we moved on, we started with 5 mothers. Now we have 50 plus mothers and fathers. And I say fathers because we didn't start off with fathers, but then fathers said, we hurt too. And then it became Harlem Mothers and Fathers Save. So I'm proud to stand here to see the growth. I want to thank DA Bragg and his team. I want to thank our Manhattan Borough President, Brad Haldeman, because the level of support, we need support, and that's what we do. We have a support group, because see, you don't know how we feel, the hurt and pain. So you can't say to me, or you can, I know how you feel, and the first thing I'm gonna say is, no, you don't. And that's what we do. We support each other. We do prevention and education. But on fast moving, because I could be up here all day, and I think somebody said it's only 1-2 minutes. Did they say that? But I am so proud to stand here with all these young organizations that's making a difference and saving lives. And that's what it's about, us saving lives, and you out there coming out to help save lives. I watched this come a long, long ways. And as we stand here, and all of us going to have money from the DA office to make sure that these kids, we are out there saving lives, and these kids are making themselves busy. They could be out there killing and shooting and robbing, but they're not going to be, because all these organizations, along with Harlem Mother Save, is taking them off the street and doing programs and saving lives. So one of the things that I want to see happen with our group, and it is going to happen, we're going to do a mirror and night. Don't ask me where, which wall, but we're going to do it. And we're going to make sure that our leadership program, we have 30 summer youth kids, and we have a play street that starts July 6th. We're going to make sure that they're engaged. We're going to keep the programs going. We're going to keep the leadership programs going. So when I call some of you, I want you to come out and help, because we can't do this alone. Could we do this alone, y'all? We cannot do this alone. So we definitely need you, and we're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to save lives, because it's not easy. And crime is down. I mean, there's still some shootings now. But crime is definitely down, and it takes a village. It takes all of us. It takes a family to come out in the street and walk and say, stop the violence. Let me hear it. Stop the violence. Let's stop the violence. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie Rowe Adams. And I mentioned some of the other convenings and events I've been with the group, so I would be remiss if I didn't say I have been to a Harlem Mothers and Fathers Save meeting, and to see that fellowship, as you've said before, the group that no one wants to be a member of, coming together in that fellowship and taking that pain into purpose so that other people will never have to experience what you've experienced, is really, really moving. We'll go now to Living Redemption. Again, I'm going to staying in the village of Harlem. I'm looking for, oh, here we go, doing great work, not far from here. We could throw a rock at them from here. Living Redemption.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dorian Hammond, Deputy Director of Living Redemption Community Development Corporation, where our mission is saving lives, healing communities, one relationship at a time. With the Queen Mother, Jackie Rowe Adams, just was sharing about how collectively we need to do this, and that not one organization, one person, one city, one state is going to conquer the uptick in gun violence during the summer. So this collective, I want to give a big honor and shout out to DA Bragg, Alvin Bragg. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you to all of the awardees that put in their application to help bring down the uptick in gun violence for the 6 weeks of the summer. At Living Redemption, we look to give youth the opportunity to become leaders, meeting them where they at, whatever social, emotional level that they on. We are youth-focused, family-centered, and community-driven. Through our community-driven approaches, we allow those that we believe, our motto is that those closest to the problem is closest to the solution. So now empowering youth with the tools, the information to develop and to design tournament, sports through engagement, engaging through sports, but creating something for their community and for their peers to help de-escalate, creating space where they'll be safe and they can have more time, a better quality time with their life and with the resources that Living Redemption will be providing. They'll have access to high technology, state-of-the-art technology, 3D printers, laser printers, 19 of those, sewing machines. They'll learn to sew, as well as they'll be a part of the marketing, the promoting, podcasting, photography, videography. They'll have access. The key term is access. The investment was made to have access for our youth to where they can be stimulated and they can be creative. They are experts, they're brilliant, and once you get to know them, let's not let their behaviors, their human behaviors, define who they are, but allow them space to be able to make mistakes and then still nurture and grow and be developed. Again, my name is Dorian Hammond, Deputy Director of Living Redemption Community Development Corporation, and I thank you everybody that's here and present, and to everyone that'll hear this message, please come join us in this fight against gun violence for the summer and abroad. Thank you again.
And I want to thank Living Redemption not just for their work, but hosting a gun buyback a couple of years ago, and we have one coming up in June at the Central Baptist Church on 92nd Street in Amsterdam. So that too is an important part of this work. Just, you bring a gun in, no questions asked, and there's a payment structure for that. We want to get all guns off the street. Any gun turned in as a gun that will not be used. I also want to say it's so exciting. We have so many first-time grantees. Obviously, been doing the work so long, but first time in this program for us. So it's great. It's great to see. Yeah, well, raise your hand if you're a first-time grantee. All right, that's great. So there's so many groups. We want to work with everyone who's doing this. Now, a group that is not a first time, Muslim Community Network. And I'll just say, I remember, where? Oh, he's not here. Okay, well, okay, so he's not here, so I'm going to say 30 seconds, and then we'll move. We do have a representative? Oh, I thought you said, then you knew who I was looking for. Okay, gotcha. So y'all did a policy proposal presentation to me and other members of the DA's office, and it was great. It was great to see the showcase, the insightful ideas, but the thing that stuck with me, and I said it that day, was a group of young men, and every single young man came in, and the firmest of handshake, and it looked me right in the eye, and I had this flashback to my mom, always look someone straight in the eye and shake their hand, and I said, that is not an accident, right? Like, that is not that 20 people came in and did that. I said, that was teaching, and that was working, and then the confidence came through, and I remember in the presentation, one young man was talking, and he paused and he faltered, and the entire group jumped in to support him. So take your time, you got it. And it was inspirational. So we are great to have new grantees, but we also welcome back old ones as well.
Good morning, everyone. As I mentioned, my name is Nahian, and I'm here on behalf of Muslim Community Network. I'm the Civic Leadership Program Manager, which is our youth programming, and there's nothing more rewarding to me than working with the young people who I believe are the future of the city, which is why I'm super excited to be here on behalf of MCN and to help lead our programming this year. I also want to take a moment to thank the Manhattan District Attorney's Office and the District Attorney himself for inviting us back as a partner in this important initiative. We were proud to help the initiative 2 years ago, and we're even prouder to continue and see it grow. As District Attorney mentioned, I think our programming is really about creating community. This work, and the reason I think gun violence happens a lot of times is because our youth are looking for community, are looking for belonging, and looking for support, but that can make them vulnerable to a lot of influences that end up hurting their future. We want to focus on creating that community and giving them positive influences and teaching them that they have a future outside of this. We want to create a space for them where they can see a future that they're excited about. Whether they want to become a professional athlete, a tech CEO, district attorney, or work at a nonprofit, we want to show them that they can do it all. It's more than just about getting guns off the streets, it's about cultivating a space where our youth can shine. I think we hear enough stories about the hardships of our communities, so now we want to highlight the happiness and joy. In our previous programming, our participants engaged in healing through art workshops, career exploration opportunities, they did the policy presentation, and resume building sessions. They also visited Netflix and connected with professionals who looked like them and shared their experiences. They also met with the district attorney and members of his team, not in a courtroom, but in a space dedicated to learning and leadership and opportunity. For many of our students, it was their first time seeing public service up close and imagining themselves in those spaces. And as the district attorney mentioned, the results speak for themselves. 3 students received ongoing mentorship from representatives at Netflix, and 1 student, Bubakar, dubbed lovingly Booby by his peers, received 2 internship offers, 1 from Netflix and 1 from the DA's office. This is what happens when we invest in our young people. When we give youth the resources, support, and opportunities they deserve, they rise to the occasion. They discover talents that they didn't know they had, and they begin to see futures for themselves they never may have imagined. I want to thank everyone again for allowing us to be here. I'm super excited to get to know all of these amazing organizations and continue MCN's programming. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm glad you said get to know, because that's one other thing we've seen across the years. There's so much great work, and the cross-pollination from different spaces and different neighborhoods has been great. I don't think we have anyone from Not Another Child here, right? So we will keep the program moving. I mentioned East Harlem, Scan Harbor. I remember during COVID, those large Zoom convenings of all the providers in East Harlem. So Lou Zuckman from Scan Harbor.
Good morning. First of all, I want to thank DA Bragg and his office, not for the money they gave us, but for their understanding that our young people are not the problem. Law enforcement is not the problem. When I hear people call our young people violent, it bothers me, because the violence didn't come from nowhere. And our struggle is to, as I think Jackie Roy Adams said, is to bring our community together positively and to struggle together positively so that our young people do not get caught up in stuff that they didn't want or ask for. When I was 13, I was arrested. I've been in jail several times as I grew up. I don't tell this to anyone, but at my age, I can say it now. And I know my childhood was not a good one. And I was very angry. And I had a right to be angry. And there was no one there to help me process that. It's not just that DA Bragg's office gives us money. 2 years ago, we started a coalition of East Harlem and Harlem groups to work together to deal with the violence in our community. I'm not going to say that's the only reason that things have improved dramatically, but they have. When you prevent something, you can't prove that you prevented it. But the dramatic progress we've seen is something people should take a look at, and they don't. And I really mean that. So it's groups, all of us together, working together, that has seen the East Harlem Miracle, so I can't tell Alvin, during COVID, that's when I first met DA Bragg, and we were discussing the negative way NYPD was responding to our young people, horrific kinds of experiences we had. And from then till now, DA Bragg's office has been part of our struggle to strengthen our community for our young people. And I think that is such a critical issue for all of us. But before I finish, I want to introduce Rob Clark. Rob is the director of our Johnson Center.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, he's shorter than me. Good morning, everybody. So as Lou mentioned, my name is Rob Clark. I'm the program director at Scan Harbor Johnson Community Center. It's located in Johnson Residence. I just wanted to say thank you to the DA's office and everybody involved for providing us this grant. It's funny that we started a mentorship program during those COVID years that DA Bragg mentioned in 2021. And right here to my left is Eugene. He was actually one of the mentees during that time. And now he, with his growth and progress in his life, with him returning to school, him consistently keeping a job throughout all those years, he had asked about this opportunity to become a mentor in this program that we was able to fund with this grant. So once again, I just want to give a shout out to him as well. The work shows, he's living proof of it, and it's going to continue going as long as we keep bringing attention to it as a group and as a group effort from everybody involved. So thank you again.
I think it was great to hear about the mentor to mentee development as we watch those, by my estimate, maybe 5, 6, 7-year-olds walk by. The great work of Harlem School of Arts on display. That's what it's about. Hopefully those kids won't never know gun violence, right? So I want to pause. We have one group left, but I want to pause. Everyone's saying thank the DA. It is, first of all, it's the people of the state of New York's money, right? We're just stewards of it. But I do want to thank the team, and many of you have been gracious to thank the team. Our community partnerships, our comms, our Harlem office, our Washington Heights office, and that's where we're going to go next. It is just really the work they do, our research and team, our contracting team, our comms team, outreach. So we're just thankful to them to be able to serve side by side with them. So we'll end. I feel like everything has been south of where we are. We're going to go north to Washington Heights and Inwood. We go from Lower East Side all the way up to Inwood, cover basically the whole borough. And we'll hear from a new grantee this year and the great work they're doing, Wheelchairs Against Gun Violence.
Sorry. How you doing? My name is Kareem Nelson. Wheelchairs Against Guns. I come to y'all as a 30-year survivor in this wheelchair. I was shot 30 years ago on Father's Day, 1995. I formed the organization because a lot of the kids in my community were lacking the tools that I didn't have, which is conflict resolution, critical thinking, how to build and maintain a positive self-esteem, and financial literacy. It's great that I thank the DA's office for giving us this money so we can come uptown to our neighborhood, because it's like a almost forgotten place in Washington Heights because we're at the very beginning. So it's good that we can have kids, in our community come contribute back to their community by cleaning up. We have a huge problem with dog poo-poo in our neighborhood, so we want to clean it up and get the kids some sense of well-being and some sense of worthiness so they can say that I contributed to this, because once you contribute to something, you feel good about yourself. So that's what we want to give the kids in our organization a chance to do, clean up their neighborhood, come get some workshops on how to resolve conflicts, how to critically think, how to legally get you some money, and and how to just feel good about yourself. Because myself, I suffer from a very low self-esteem all my life. And I believe that's the reason why I did the things that I did, because I didn't have that esteem to look up and say, I'm good enough just to be who I am. The easiest thing to be in this world is you. So we want to encourage our kids that you don't have to be the gangster, you don't have to be the drug dealer, you don't have to be the scammer. You can just be you, and that'll be fine, because God only made you, one of you. So you're a very unique person, and this is the message that we want to spread to them. And like I said, my organization is Wheelchairs Against Guns. We're here where we're locked in the schools, and I just thank you again, DA, for giving Washington Heights this chance so we can pour into our community instead of, using these, because I really don't got it. I supported this organization for years off of an SSI check, so it feels good to, have the money to, do so for my community. I thank you so much again for having us.
I have nothing to add to that. This has been a phenomenal display of great work and commitment, and I'm humbled by all of you, and I thank you, and let's get back out there and go to work. Thank you all. Appreciate you.